is for today's class is draw the isometric projections of hexagonal prism of base length 40 and height of the prism is 60, on which we have placed a cone. The cone base diameter is 40 and the height of the cone which he has given us 50. And the final sketch will be like this. Okay, we have an hexagon prism, okay, whose side is 40 and height is 60, on which we have placed a cone of base diameter 40 and height is 50. Now what you'll be doing is we'll be drawing a hexagon. Okay, we'll be drawing a hexagon of length ISO 40. You take the measurement of ISO 40 in your compass. Okay, on the plain side sheet of your notebook, draw a circle and we will construct the hexagon using isometric length of 40. So then what you do is from any one particular point, cut an arc and construct the hexagon portion. Imagine this is your X, Y. Okay, there will be a hexagon. On that there will be a cone. So this is your front view. Similarly, when you look up from the top view, you will be getting a hexagon like this. See, and when you extend this, you will be getting a cone. On a hexagon prism, we have placed a cone. The front view will look like this, and the top view will look like this. Okay, you can draw this on your plain side sheet. Fine. Taking the measurement of ISO 40, okay, you're taking the measurement of ISO 40, you will be constructing a hexagon here. Fine. You draw a circle of ISO 40 length and you construct the given hexagon. Let it be edge resting. Yeah, we are constructing the hexagon using a ISO. The measurement, you just show the measurement, what measurement you are taking. This is nothing but your isometric length of 40. Fine. After constructing this hexagon, now you place this hexagon in a box so that the box measurement we can transfer it to the grid sheets of your isometric. And what you do is you place it in a box, create a rectangular box. After placing this in the box, mark the points. Let these four corners be A, B, C, and D, and we'll mark the corners of the hexagon as point number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is your midpoint. Let it be O. After completing this hexagon, okay, go for your isometric sheets. Okay, keep your isometric book like this, and we'll start drawing the hexagon. That is, first we'll draw the hexagon prism. Thus, first we'll draw the base, and from all the four corners of your base, we'll extend the height, which is he has given you as 60 mm. Now, I'll start from the point A. I'll start from point number A. In your compass, measure the length from A to B. Whatever the measurement you have got, measure that length. Okay, that length you just transfer it from the point A to B on a 30-degree line. So this is your point B. Again, from the point B to C, so it will be more. Okay, so you measure this length from the point B to C. You cut an arc. Okay, again from the point A to D. Okay, these both lengths will be same. Again, measure from the point you draw those two lines, then we'll just cut the final arc. A to D, and this B to C. This is the point C. Finally, join C to D. This will be your point D. See, whatever the length you have got from A to B, B to C, C to D, this length you have transferred on your isometric grid sheet. Okay. The next thing what you'll be doing is you'll be transferring these points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I told you in the last class, you cannot transfer the lengths, that is your cross lengths, like point number 1 to 2, okay, and point number 2 to 3. You can't measure these lengths and you cannot transfer like this. Once you're transferring the lengths, remember, either it should be a horizontal line length or it should be a vertical length. Now what I'll do is I'll measure from the point number A to point number 2, that is point number A to 2, I'll cut an arc. So this will be a point number 2. As soon as you cut an arc, mark it. Again, point number D to 5, it is the same length. I'll cut this side. This will be a point number 5. Okay. Then measure from the point number A to 1. Okay. Remember, A to 1, D to 6, okay, C to 4, and B to 3 all are same. So this will be A to 1, and this will be B to 3, and this will be C to 4, and this will be D to 6. This is the point number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's all. You just join the points. You'll get the isometric view of your hexagon. I'll start joining 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, and 5 to 6, and 6 to 1. That's it. So now you want the midpoint. Okay. So you can start joining from the point 5 to 2. Join from point 5 to 2. You measure this length, that is 5 to O. You just measure it and cut an arc. This is your midpoint of your hexagon. This is your point O. Okay. The base of the hexagon prism is done. We have completed the base. So how do you draw the top? It's very simple. From the all 6 corners, that is point number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We will raise the height. Okay, the height he has given you as 60. You just draw straight lines. Okay, just draw straight lines. 1, that is the point number 1. You'll be drawing a straight line. See that you'll be drawing a straight line. Okay, point number 2. Point number 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now what do you do is, what is the height? 6. You measure 6 boxes in your compass. That is 4, 5, and 6 boxes in your compass. You start cutting the arc from the point number 1. Again, you start cutting the arc. That is, you're cutting the height from all the 6 corners. Cutting the height. That's all. You got the top. Now what you do is you just join this, the top. Done. We are done with the hexagon prism. Okay. whatever the lines which comes inside the top of your hexagon prism. Okay, what are the lines which comes in the inside the top of your hexagon prism? Erase it so that we can place a cone. That is a cone we are supposed to place on that. Okay, Harish Nair has a doubt. Wait for a second, I'll complete this. Okay, Harish Nair. So darken this, the longer edges of your prism. We got the prism. Okay, so now you need the midpoint of this. It's very simple. You just extend the line from the point O, from point O, that is midpoint of your base hexagon. You just extend the line, take the length of the 60 and cut an arc. So this is the midpoint of your top hexagon. Fine. So at the midpoint of your top hexagon, what you're supposed to place? You're supposed to place a cone. Fine. It is like this. You're supposed to place a cone. Cone, you know how to draw a cone. Okay. The base length of the cone he has given us 40, 40, 40, and 40. So this is the midpoint O. Fine. This sketch, okay, this sketch has to come here. Okay, we are supposed to place this sketch here. So, and you already also know that even this length, this will be 20 and this will be 20. Fine. So I'll be transferring this sketch on top of your hexagon prism so that we can complete the cone. The base length of the cone he has given you as 40. So what I'll do is, this is a midpoint. Okay, compare with this sketch. This sketch I'm supposed to draw it here. How do I draw? From the midpoint to above, I'll be taking 20 mm. Again, from the midpoint to below, I'll be taking 20 mm. Fine. Okay, listen carefully. From the midpoint, you just draw a straight line. Okay, you just draw a straight line. You measure two boxes. You measure two boxes. From the midpoint O, cut an arc. Don't worry if the arc is going outside, but the circular portion of the cone will come inside. Okay, the arc may be going outside, don't worry. When from the same point O, cut two boxes. So totally this will become how much? 4. Sorry, I've taken 3 boxes. You measure 2 boxes length. So on the midpoint, so 2 boxes. Again 2 boxes. So this is what I'm trying to draw. This sketch I'm supposed to draw here. Fine. That is why from the midpoint, it will be 2 boxes above and 2 boxes below. Fine. This is what I have drawn. Okay. Next, what I'll be doing is at this midpoint, okay, for the vertical line, I'll be drawing a horizontal line. At the midpoint O, we have drawn a vertical line. We have measured 2 boxes above and 2 boxes below using your compass. And at this point, exactly for this line, you'll be drawing a perpendicular line. So it should be perpendicular, remember. Okay. Then what I'll be doing is, so this is what we have drawn. After that, imagine this is the point A. What you'll be doing is, at the point A, the total length what you'll be measuring is 40. At the point A, okay, imagine this is the point B. Point A to B, you'll cut an arc of 4. Again, this will be 4, 4, 4. So here, imagine from this point, so I'll cut an arc. This is 4 boxes length. This is a 4 boxes length. Again, from here, it will be 4 box length. Okay, we'll be getting a 4 box length. So these are the points which I have got. Now join it. Start joining it. That is 4, 4, 4, and 4. Fine. So you got 4 boxes. Okay. So on this, you know how to draw a circle. So this is what the sketch we have to draw on top of this square. So a rectangular hexagon prism we have drawn. From the midpoint, I have taken 2 boxes above, again 2 boxes below. Again from this point, okay, I've cut an arc of 40, 40, 40, and 40. So this is what we have drawn. Okay, so now how you draw a circle? You know that first you're supposed to find the midpoint. The total length here it is 40. That is 4 boxes. So what I'll do is you take 2 boxes length from here. 2 boxes length you take. I'll find the midpoint of all the 4 sides. This will be the midpoint of this side. Again this side midpoint, midpoint of one of the side, and this is the midpoint. 4 boxes. In all the 4 sides, you find out the midpoints. Okay, after finding out the midpoints, now I'll be drawing the base of the cone. So that is corner to the opposite midpoint, corner to the opposite midpoint. Similarly, corner to the opposite midpoint, corner to the opposite midpoint. Then you know how to draw a circle. And you'll be taking this measurement to draw the first arc. Okay, to draw the first arc, this will be the measurement, radius measurement. Again, from the opposite side, you'll be drawing the second arc. Fine. This will be the midpoint to draw the third arc, and this will be the midpoint to draw the fourth arc. So measure this length. Draw the third arc. Measure this length and draw the fourth arc. That's all. You have drawn the base of the cone. So this is the base which we have drawn. Okay, what is the height he has given you? He has given you 50. Fine. From the midpoint of this, you raise the height. You just draw a straight line. You just draw a straight line. Okay, what is the height? 5 boxes. That is 50 measurement you are supposed to take. It is 3, 4, 5. Okay, and from this point, cut an arc. So you know that you are supposed to draw a tangent for your cone. So how will you be drawing a tangent? Okay, fix your pencil like this. Okay, and you fix your scale and start moving your scale. So start moving the scale until it reaches the extreme end of your ellipse. Okay, just join it. Fine, you won't be joining it here. This point you are not supposed to join. People are joined till here. Okay, you're supposed to draw a tangent. Again, similarly, okay, keep your pencil like this. Okay, and fix your scale and start moving the scale. You get the extreme end of the ellipse. Join it. So this is the cone. Don't erase the construction lines. So you should know. You have to remember how you are drawing the sketch. Okay, in the final exam, you can erase these construction lines and you can submit to us. But when you're drawing in a sketchbook, don't erase the construction lines. Okay, next problem. Okay, we have a hemisphere. We have a hemisphere whose diameter is 50. The hemisphere diameter which he has given you as 50. This is the diameter of the hemisphere, 50. Okay, then here this will be your radius. The radius will be 25. Fine. So you'll be getting here at this point, not here. I'll tell you when we draw the sketch, you'll understand. And a hemisphere of diameter 50 is resting on its curved surface. Yeah, it is resting on its curved surface centrally. It's centrally on top of a frustum of a rectangular pyramid. See, I told you what is the meaning of a frustum in the last class. Okay, we had solved a pyramid, if you remember. So we had a pyramid like this. We had a square pyramid. Okay, this is a square pyramid which we had. The meaning of frustum is nothing but this pyramid is cut at some particular height. Okay, when you're cutting this pyramid, you should see that you're cutting the pyramid parallel to your
Excuse
base.
me, sir. Can you just tilt your notebook towards your left? Just move your notebook towards left. Oh, yes, sir.
Okay, so fine. So this is the one which we have. What is the meaning of frustum? I'm explaining what is the meaning of frustum. So what you do is, so this is a pyramid. Okay, we'll cut this pyramid. When you cut the pyramid, it look like this. Okay. So this is a frustum. Okay, this is a cut pyramid. So that is the meaning of frustum of a pyramid. In the last class, we did the problem on frustum of square pyramid. Now I'll show you the frustum of a rectangular pyramid. See, this is the frustum of a square pyramid. Now in this problem, he has given you a cut portion of a rectangular pyramid, a frustum of a rectangular pyramid, whose base is 80 into 60 and the top is 60 into 40. That is nothing but
question is not visible, sir. Little bit left side. Okay. Okay, sir.
this will be your base. He has given you as 80 and this is 60. And the top he has given you as 60 and this will be 40. And the total height, okay, the total height of this pyramid, he has given you as 55. Okay, so this problem we'll be solving it. See, a frustum of a rectangular pyramid, how it looks. I'll just draw it, a rough sketch, and I'll show you. So the base of the rectangular pyramid he has given you as how much? One side it is 80, the other side is 60. Okay, this also will be 80 and this will be 60. Okay, so on the top we have another rectangle. Okay, so this side he has given as 60 and this side it is 40. Again, this will be 60 and this will be 40. And finally, you will be getting a frustum of a rectangular pyramid like this. On this, we are supposed to place a hemisphere. Okay. Now, take a sketchbook. So I'm drawing this. So first I'll draw the frustum of a rectangular pyramid. First, this length. Okay, that is nothing but your 80. Okay, this will be 80, 60, 80, and 60. The base of the rectangular pyramid I'll draw. So you can start from any one particular point. So one side length is given as 80. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is 8 boxes. The other side is given as 6 boxes. Again, the base, I'll complete the base. It is totally 8 boxes. And this is 6 boxes. Fine. Now find the midpoint of this. This total length is 80, so it will be 4 boxes. Okay, and this side it is 6 boxes, so it will be somewhere here. The midpoint of this rectangle we got. Fine, we have drawn the base. Now we are supposed to draw the height. What is the height he has given you? 55. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll draw 5.5 box. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is total, it is 6. So in the midpoint, so in between of this box, okay, you mark a point and draw the height. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 box. Okay, this is the midpoint of your top rectangle, which is of 60 into 40. Okay, now you got the height like this. At this point, I'm supposed to draw another rectangle like this. Okay, I'm supposed to draw another rectangle like this. Okay, so the base rectangle you have drawn. So this you have drawn it as 80 and this you have drawn as 60. Now you're supposed to draw this as 60 and this as 40, giving this as a midpoint. Fine. So now what I'll do is, listen. So I'm supposed to draw a rectangle, another rectangle here. So this is the midpoint of that rectangle. Listen carefully. That rectangle is like this. Okay, the rectangle is like this. The total length, what is this total length? It is 60. What is this side? It is 40. Fine. This is the point O. This is the one O. Okay. This sketch I'm supposed to draw it here, keeping O as the midpoint. Fine. Now what I'll do is I'll draw 2 lines like this. 2 lines like this. Fine. Listen here carefully. This length from this point to this point, it is how much? So the total length here, one of the side of the rectangle is 60. From this point to this point, it is 3 boxes. Again, from this point to this point, it is 3 boxes. Okay, don't get confused. Again, coming to the opposite side. So imagine this point, this length. Okay, this total length, the total length is 40. From this point to this point, it will be 20. Again, from this point to this point, it will be 20. The same sketch I'll be drawing it here. Fine. So, okay. Now, since it is somewhere in the middle of the box, draw a parallel line carefully. At this point, one of the parallel line will be drawing like this, which will be parallel to your 30-degree line. Okay, this is a parallel line which I have drawn to 30-degree line. Again, at the same point, another parallel line will be drawing it, okay, to the opposite 30-degree line. So here, keep your scale here and draw one more parallel line. So when you're drawing these two lines, be careful. Okay, draw it properly. So when you're drawing this line will be parallel to this 30-degree line. When you're drawing this line, it will be parallel to the other side of the 30-degree line. Fine. Now what I'm supposed to do is, from this point to this point, let this be point A. What is the length? From point O to point A, it is 3 boxes length I'm supposed to take. Okay, so you measure 3 boxes length. Okay, that is from the point number O to a 3 box length. Okay, this is what I have drawn. Again, from the point number O, let this be point B. Point O to B is 3 box length. Point O to B is 3 box length. See, this is 3 box and 3 box which we have drawn. Understood? Again, we'll come to the opposite side. So let this be point number C and let this be point number D. Fine. From the point O to C, what is the length? 2 boxes. That is, we're taking 2 box measurement. From this point to this point, 2 box length you're supposed to take. Again, from the opposite side, we'll be taking 2 box measurement. Fine. So you got these points. Imagine this is your point A, C, this is your point B, and this is your point D. See, these are the 4 points. O to A is 3 box. Again, O to B is 3 box. O to C is 2 boxes and O to D is 2 boxes. That is what I have drawn it here. Okay, so after drawing this, don't join this one, A, C, B, and D. Okay, you won't be getting the sketch. Now again, another construction line you're supposed to draw. So at the point A, listen carefully, at the point A, I'll be drawing a parallel line parallel to your 30-degree. So you keep your scale on the 30-degree line, okay, and you just move your scale until it reaches the point number A, and you draw one parallel line parallel to this. Similarly, at the point B, you'll be drawing a parallel line to 30-degree line. And similarly, point number D, okay, parallel to AB. Parallel to AB, you'll be drawing one line. And similarly, at the point C, parallel to AB, one line, you'll be drawing it. So it just has to be parallel. Okay, fine. So can you observe, compare these two sketch? So this is the top rectangle. See, this is how much? The total length is 60 and this length is 40. We got this will be 40 and this total length will be 60. Okay, I'll repeat this. Okay, please. What I have done is, see, this sketch has to come here. Okay, so for that, what I have done is, so this is the midpoint. We have drawn the midpoint. Imagine this is the point O. Okay, that is nothing but this point. This point. Okay, I'll compare it and I'll draw it again. Okay, at the point O, you'll be drawing one parallel line to 30-degree line. Okay, from this point to this point, okay, it should be 3 boxes. Again, it should be 3 boxes. Another parallel line to 30-degree line, you'll be drawing it. So from this point to this point, it will be 2 boxes. From this point to this point, it will be 2 boxes. Okay, so imagine this is your point A, this is your point B, this is your point C, and this is your point D. Fine. After getting this one, so parallel to AB, at the point D, you will draw one line. Okay, at the point C, parallel to AB, you will be drawing one more line. After that, at the point A, parallel to CD, you'll be drawing one line. Again, at the point B, parallel to CD, you'll be drawing one line. So you got this. That is what we have drawn here. Okay. One, two, three, four, five, six. One second. for this side, yeah, this side I have taken, that length is, sorry, this side I have taken 4 boxes. Sorry, it should be 3 boxes. I made a mistake here. I've taken here 4 boxes, it should be 3 boxes. Okay, that is why it is looking a bit. Okay, this side it is 2 boxes, this is 2 boxes, this is 3 box and this is 3 box. Okay, I've taken 4 boxes. Okay, so erase that. I've taken 4 boxes. Okay, you will be getting it here. Fine. The top look like this. This total length is 60. Again, this total length is 60. And this side you have 30 and sorry, total 40 and 40. And join the corners. Fine. You got this. Okay. So the base was 80 into 60. This was 80 into 60. And the top rectangle is nothing but this is 60. The total length is 60. And this side it is 40, which we are drawn. See, on this we'll be placing a hemisphere. On this we'll be placing a hemisphere. So now concentrate how to draw a hemisphere on this. Erase all the lines which will come inside this top rectangle. You mark the midpoint. Okay, you mark the midpoint. I'll draw it in the plain side of the sheet and I'll just show you. Now we have got the top. So this is the midpoint. Here I'm supposed to place the hemisphere. Okay, the hemisphere will be like this. Okay, the hemisphere will be like this. Okay, this hemisphere I'm supposed to place it here. Fine. Now from this point to this point, so this let this be point number O. Okay, and let this be point number A. This is your point number O. So that is nothing but this is the point number O. Fine. Okay, now what you'll be doing from the point number O, I'll directly draw it on this one from the point number O. What is the total length of the hemisphere, top of the hemisphere? The total length of the top of the hemisphere, it is 50. Fine, he has given you 50. From this point O, draw 5 boxes. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You draw 5 boxes. In that, okay, find the midpoint. That is 2.5 box. So it will be somewhere here. It will be 1, 2, 2.5 box. This is the midpoint. Okay, and totally you'll be getting 5 boxes. That is nothing but this sketch we are drawing. From the point O, you have 2.5 box above, 2.5 box below. Okay, and finally this will be 50, 50, 50, and 50 on all the 4 sides. Okay, this sketch we are drawing it here. Okay, fine. From the midpoint O, you draw a height of how much? 50, and find the midpoint of that one. So it will be 2.5 box above and 2.5 box below. So at this point, what you'll be doing is again you'll be drawing a perpendicular line. Okay, you'll be drawing a perpendicular line to your vertical line. Now, what is the length of the sphere which I am supposed to draw? Hemisphere. It is 5 boxes. So you measure 5 boxes. Okay, you measure 5 boxes. Okay, so this length, and cut an arc on the opposite sides. Cut an arc and complete this one. Join it. Fine. I'll repeat this. See, from the midpoint of the top of your rectangle, that is 60 into 40, you will raise a height of how much? 5 boxes. That is 50. Okay. After that, at this midpoint, you'll be drawing a perpendicular line. After drawing a perpendicular line, you will measure the length of 5 boxes. You'll cut an arc on either side. So therefore, you'll be getting this one. This one you'll be getting it. So this will be 5 box, 5 box, 5 box, and 5 box. That is what we have got. And on this, you know how to draw a hemisphere. Okay. First, define the midpoints of all the 4 sides. So this is 2.5 box. So this will be the midpoint of 2 sides. Again, this will be the midpoint of these 2 sides. What do you do is same procedure, corner to the opposite midpoint, corner to the opposite midpoint. Again, from this corner to the opposite midpoint, from this corner to the opposite midpoint. Okay, using your compass, complete the circle. So this will be the midpoint to draw the third curve. Okay, and this is the midpoint to draw the fourth curve. Fine. So this portion we have done. Yeah, this is one which we are done. Okay, and we'll complete the hemisphere. We'll complete the hemisphere. So you measure this length until the extreme end of your ellipse. Okay, in your compass, whatever the length you get, you just measure that. Okay, and complete the curved portion of your hemisphere. Fine. You understood? So any doubts, you can raise your hands so the